We are seeing stocks in Europe higher as well. That AstraZeneca news on their vaccine candidate, potentially an even bigger story across the pond. Oscar Williams-Grut joins us now for more on all of that. Oscar.
Well, Miles, the AstraZeneca news was a great way to start the week here in the UK. But I want to start with some bad news first. We've had IHS market preliminary PMIs for the Eurozone and the UK published this morning. And on both counts, they showed that the Eurozone and the UK economies have gone back into contraction over the last month due to second lockdowns across much of Europe. Now, this is, of course, bad news. We're seeing a double dip recession, particularly here in the UK. But actually, this hasn't been taken that badly by the markets. The data here in the UK shows that the contraction is a shallower dip than we saw in the spring during the first lockdown. And the data was actually better than some had expected, widely forecast to show a shrinking economy, but not as bad as some had feared. There's also, as we mentioned at the top, this positive vaccine news. AstraZeneca came out saying that their vaccine candidate has about a 70% efficacy rate, and that is really helping to spur European markets higher. We saw positive momentum at the open. It's since come off a little bit since then, with a notable underperformer being the FTSE 100. That's actually down in about 0.25% at the moment. That's largely due to a strong pound. About 70% of all earnings of FTSE 100 companies are made in dollars, so a strong pound hurts them. And why is the pound rallying? Well, as ever, it's to do with Brexit. The Telegraph here in the UK is reporting that Boris Johnson is planning to make an intervention this week to hold one-on-one talks with Ursula von der Leyen to try and get a deal this week. Meanwhile, Irish Premier Michael Martin told reporters in Dublin today there are texts on all areas, and he's hopeful that we can have a deal by the end of this week. He cautioned it's down to political will. This will be one to watch all week as talks go down to the wire.